Good after morning. Welcome in to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. Alright, how are we all doing? Welcome in. Start of a new week. Are we all energized and refreshed and ready to go? Well, if you're not, don't worry. We will make you feel brand new. Alright, Pip.
Hello, Graham. How are we doing?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Let me jump back through the chat. There's a lot of people in already. Lotus and Nietzsche were in at 11 o'clock this morning. Lotus said goths everywhere, to which Nietzsche said Vincent Van's all over.
Fantastic.
Good after mornings. Hey, Miss Barton Wilson's in the chat. The mother-in-law. Can we get some appreciation for the mother-in-law? Let's go.
Hello, mother-in-law.
JMK afternoon. How are we doing? Lake's in as well. Hey, D-Mac. Hey, it's been a while. How are we doing, dude? I'll say it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen you in the chat. You've probably been lurking. Appreciate you're usually about. So thank you very much, dude. Good show. See you next time. Yeah, we were currently we were talking about WWE before we went live. So we were talking stuff. Bibby's just been basically in the creation station. So yeah, we were just talking about that stuff. I won't share any bits because you know, spoilers and that. Spoilers and that. Go on then. Yeah. I didn't know whether I looked at my screen to the side to see whether you got over through that. Has anyone? I mean, proper old video, but has anyone seen? I've not seen it for years, and then we watched it last week, and I've seen it about 50 times in the last week. That what's the state of our Wes?
What's the state of our Wes?
where a guy from Wigan does like a forward roll down the stairs, and like the comments on that video are fucking amazing. There's one dude like there's so many things. Like in 24 seconds of video, I've got so many questions, and I've had so many things answered. Like, why is there a guy with his knob out? Why is someone forward rolling down the stairs? Why is a grown man forward rolling down the stairs with no top on and his face covered in Sudocreme? Why is she threatening to phone his dad? Why is he saying, "What's the state of our Wes"? What is wrong with Wes? Why is there a guy whose voice is an actual roller coaster at the beginning? Go on then, Gordon. Woo.
Oh, fantastic. I'm sweating already, Graham.
So if you haven't seen that video, do you know what? I believe in Bibby's ability to go off and find the link and drop it in the chat.
With great pleasure.
It's gonna change your life. It's 24 seconds of huh? Tim the Toolman Taylor, that's what it is. It's that. But anyway, how are we doing? Welcome in to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day. As you know, this is Bib. We are Ice Cream Uploads in true ice cream fashion. This is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. We go live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. ish. It's 25 to 2 in the afternoon, so not quite 10 a.m., but it's almost there. It's almost there. Ish. Anyway, it's all right. We have an emote that says ish, so you can do that anyway. Afternoon, it's only 10 a.m.-ish, says Nietzsche in the chat. He knows. So yeah, we do go live on Twitch, bringing you the biggest, the best, and breaking stories from the world of video games. We then give you our thoughts and impressions on those stories. We then want to hear your thoughts and impressions, and then your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's kind of how this whole thing works. If in the chat, please do feel free to get involved, because we stream live on Twitch, but the live stream is turned into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and audio podcast on iTunes, and Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. So there is lots of places where over 130,000 people have listened to this podcast on demand. So make sure you do get involved on behalf of everyone else that's watching and listening a little later on. Before we do jump into the show, let me remind you that subscribers get prizes. Anyone that is a sub to this channel on the first Monday of the month gets included in the loot drop. This month's loot drop was for one of these. This is the ICU Blackout baseball cap, and it was won by Mr. Tassim Anvia. Mr. T won himself a hat this month, and he's already got it, and it looks badass. So that's nice to see. That's nice to see. We're also in the process of sending out last month's, which is quite funny because this month's winner has got it before last month's winner has. But Old Bald Steve
He should have had it by now.
Oh, has he got it by now? Oh, nice. Oh, maybe he's got it already then. So Old Bald Steve, aka the 40-year-old Merc King, should already have his hat too. Anyway, if you're a sub on the first Monday of the month, which I think is a 4th, the 4th of April. Wow, April already.
Don't.
I mean, it's only. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
We're not in April yet, but with the next one, that's madness. So yeah, if you're a sub on the 4th of April, you will automatically be included in that draw. This is a big month for us, though. Let me just give you a few reminders you might not have seen, or you might have seen. We are upgrading the big ICU studio. So this is my bedroom. Nice. well, home setup. It's not like my actual bedroom. That is Bibby's home setup. Nice. But we also have the central ICU studio. That's a big studio with lights and mics and up lighting and cameras and all of the stuff. Which, trying to change the nameplates. There we go. It said you're in the studio, but you're not. You're in Bibby's home, so it's fixed.
I'm in my home.
Yeah, there we go. So... yeah, we are upgrading the studio. That is coming. There are other announcements too that we haven't told you about that will be coming as well. So there's all sorts of stuff. I changed it, Tito. Sorry, because you wrote upgrade on Saturday, and I thought, I've written upgrades. Why do you need the S? So I changed it to upgrade to make it easier for you, and now I've just, like, blue screened you. So can someone just restart Tito for... oh, he's done it already. Nice. There we go. Nice. There you go. So yeah, if you want to see what the studio has been upgraded with, you can just click on that link. That'll take you through to our Twitter. You can see the fact that we have an 86-inch screen. The ICU Titantron being added to the studio. So yeah. That will start, as you can see, the upgrades start week commencing the 14th of the 3rd, 2022, which is today. So that will start tomorrow. There will be no scoop tomorrow. No streams on Tuesday or Thursday this week, probably next week. And then anytime after that, we will have to keep you posted. But for at least the next 2 weeks, there will be no Tuesday and Thursday screens until we can bring you the big reveal of what the studio is going to look like. Are you excited, babe?
Yeah. I'm super excited. I mean, it's trackies and jumper tomorrow, Graham. I mean, it mostly is anyway for me when I go into work. I want to be as comfortable as possible. But tomorrow, I think after trying to rip everything apart and I'm sorting out the PCs, pulling out wires and things like that, it definitely will be one of them tasks where there's going to be places that we've probably not been behind in 5 years that are probably going to be caked in dust. Caked in dust.
I mean, how long are you planning to stay there? God damn.
well, apparently for the next 3 weeks, Graham.
So yeah, do feel free to join us over the next couple of weeks as we'll keep you updated with that. There may be some announcements before then, depending on how we reshuffle things. So some things you might get announced before we do the studio upgrade. Some things might be afterwards. The best thing to do is drop us a follow on our social channels or !socials in the chat. We'll give you the links before we do any more on that. Also, let me remind you, !insert coin. We will be over on Insert Coin's channel. Is it next Wednesday or is it the Wednesday after? It's like the 23rd.
Let me get my calendar up, Graham. Let me get my calendar up.
It's next Wednesday.
It is next Wednesday, 23rd. Correctamundo.
Nice. So we won't have the streams like we would usually next week, but we will bring you an extra stream anyway on the Wednesday. We will be live on twitch.tv/official insert coin, bringing you some fun times over there. What are we playing? We're not sure. Could be some WWE. It could just default to PUBG as it always does. It could be something else.
Oh my God. Got it. I've got it, Graham. Sonic Racing, anyone?
No, I think we're okay. Cheers, mate. But no. just because you won a few games at Arcade Club, stop trying to make it a thing.
4 out of 5, Graham. 4 out of 5.
It wasn't Arcade Club. It was Pixel Bar.
Unheard of.
85 inches. Which one of you is feeling sad down below? Incorrect is bad. 86 inches, mate. So both of us actually. Yeah. So sorry, it just saves on branding. You don't have to reprint the back wall if the entire back wall is a TV. Jobs are good. And there you go.
Massive fair.
Yeah. Okay, so let's jump into the news then. So we have 4 stories to bring for you guys today. The first one is a look at Xbox. As Xbox looks set to hold its E3 style showcase in June. So the summer has become a busy period for the video games industry. We've always had the likes of E3 in the summer, and at the end of summer, we then get a Gamescom squashed in there as well, just before we start to get into autumn kind of time. You then might get other smaller events like an MCM thrown in, or you might get the Paris Games Week as well in there, which is obviously bigger than MCM. So it's always been quite busy. And then over the last few years, we've had, particularly due to COVID making everything remote, we've had more Bethesda showcases. We've had some Square Enix game showcases. We've had some Ubisoft, are they called I can't remember what they were.
Forwards.
UB Forwards, there we go. So
UB40s.
UB40s, nice. Stay close to me, babe. Don't let me be. Okay, that's enough of that. So we've had all of that, and Jeff Keighley's thought, do you know what? I've got the end of the year wrapped up with the Game Awards. I want to get something in the middle as well. So he's brought in the Summer Game Fest, but it's okay because there's not more, right? Well, actually wrong, as Xbox is looking to branch out and do its own conference and E3 alike at the start of June. So getting in there early before everyone else. That is going to be our kickoff story to see what that could have on the lay of the land. We will then jump into a game that Bibby was streaming on the channel just yesterday, WWE 2K22. As the devs have explained how they have been dealing with WWE's ever-shrinking player roster. So we'll go from that one. Then we'll jump back to Xbox. I would have put this as the secondary article. It just didn't feel... Do you know what? I actually will do. I'll put it secondary because it flows. It's just not as sexy, unless you're super environmentally focused, then this might be. As Tom Ivan at VGC has another article that says Xbox Series X and S consoles can now download updates in energy saver mode. So it's a nice little bit of an FYI, which is nice. But I mean, PlayStation will be able to do that forever. So yeah, welcome to the future, boys. Nice.
Ooh, Tito's fuming. Tito's turning his grave. He's not dead.
I mean, Tito's already sticking the boot into Xbox as well, to be fair. He said, I predict TV. Maybe. You never know. Elsewhere, and this one is amazing. An NFT collector loses his entire net worth on an image of a rock. Tagline, yes, really. I mean, it doesn't really give you much details there. I will tell you now that someone had one image that was, I'm going to air quotes this word, worth $1 million, more than 1 million. They managed to sell it for no dollars by accident. Awkward. That's wonderful. Legally managed to do themselves out of over $1 million. Legally. Fun times. So if you ever wonder if NFTs are exceptional and really balanced and well policed and have all of the safeguards that no, not yet. Anyway, okay, let's jump back into the main story. Xbox looks set to hold its E3 style showcase in June. Oh, actually, what's the address for the studio? And do you have any security? The address is I was trying to think of some other address that I could throw out of my brains. Like, nope, we don't know any addresses of anything ever. So 999. Let's be having you.
Do one.
Money saving tips from G. Who needs Martin Lewis? Exactly, mate. Tito man's the door, not worth trying. Now, it's up north. We haven't invented doors yet, love. We just got holes that you walk in and out.
Holes.
Really good. Okay, jumping into the first bit of news then. I was just filling as I got it up on screen. As Andy Robinson at VGC says this, I'll go through the title and the tagline again. Xbox looks set to hold its E3 style showcase in June. With E3 skipping its third year, Microsoft has contacted publishers about its own digital showcase, it's claimed. So Microsoft looks set to hold its regular E3 style Xbox game showcase in June. That's according to GamesBeat journalist Jeff Grubb, who claimed in a video show on Friday that Microsoft is currently talking to publishers about a June event. This matches what VGC has heard from our own sources. So Jeff Grubb at GamesBeat has a story which is corroborated by VGC, just to point that out. So this isn't just one rumor. This is rumors backing up rumors now. Quote, I'll probably have more to say on this soon, but it's in June, not May, Grubb said. Well, they might do something in May or September, I don't know, but I know that they're planning for an E3-style show in June. They're talking to partners to get big games in there. That is ongoing right now, and it's March, so it's not like they can change that train or turn that big ship around. They are heading in that direction, and they're going to do something in that time frame. Microsoft held its previous E3 showcase alongside newly acquired Bethesda last June. The year before, its big games event took place in July. E3 has cancelled this year's physical event for the third year in a row and is yet to confirm plans for a digital event. Last year, the ESA held 3 days of live stream coverage to replace the physical show. The Game Awards founder Jeff Keighley has confirmed his digital event Summer Game Fest will take place as planned this year, likely in June. Even before the pandemic, E3's organiser, the ESA, was already facing significant pressure to reinvent the flagship games industry event, with several major publishers, including EA, Sony and Activision, having abandoned the event in recent years, and that was before 2020's cancellation, after which many companies such as EA and Ubisoft enjoyed success running their own digital events. Commenting on a VGC report from last year, former Nintendo of America boss Reggie Fils-Aimé said that he believed that ESA needs to act fast if it is to save the historical games event. Do you know, actually, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna continue because Reggie's got some good comments there. So, speaking to Gamer Tag Radio, Fils-Aimé said he saw some reports about E3 going digital and wasn't enthused. I have to say that what I read doesn't sound all that compelling, he said. If I were king for a day, I'll tell you how I would do it, he said. I do think doing this digitally is absolutely the right. Is absolutely right, and the reason for that is there are more than 60,000 people who would typically attend an E3. There are millions more interested in finding out what's going on, and executing an event digitally is the way to bring that to life. So that's the right track. Having said that, I think that the platform holders need to find a way to digitally enable their fans, their players, to experience the content, because that's the key for E3, right? The ability to be able to be playing The Last of Us Part 3 for the first time, or to play that next Breath of the Wild game for the first time, or to play the next great game coming from the new amalgamation of all the Xbox studios. To play for the first time is what's magical, and the platform holders need to figure out how to deliver that experience to their fans during an E3-like digital experience. I think that would be huge. Nice. So now, I've never actually read that comment out loud. I don't know if I've seen if that's an old one or if that's a new one. If it is an old one, that's passed me by. But yes, please, Reggie Fils-Aimé. For those that don't know, Reggie Fils-Aimé was the big guy, quite literally the big guy from Nintendo of America. He left Nintendo a couple of years back now, something like that. Which has given him the freedom to talk about the industry a bit general. So if you think of someone of Phil Spencer's level, but without PR reining him in, that is Reggie Fils-Aimé. He can speak a bit freely now. So someone that knows what he's talking about, someone that has had huge success talking about how to deliver a digital event. Xbox is looking to deliver a digital event, if this is to be believed. What are your thoughts, Bib?
Yeah, when someone like Reggie speaks, you tend to listen. He's just got literally that much experience, that much wealth, not in terms of financial. So, I mean, I imagine he's very well off, but the amount of substance that he'll bring to an event, to a relationship between two companies, whether or not he's the person that's going to be making the deal or the person that's going to be brokering it, what he offers is insane. So what he's saying is absolutely bang on. I mean, even as Reggie, as much as he as much as he is the big dog or was the big dog at Nintendo, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize what he's saying is absolutely bang on.
Yeah.
I love going to conventions, not just because I'm getting the opportunity to be able to network if it's something to do around work or whatever it is, but just being around other people that enjoy the same things that you do, whether or not you're queuing up for an hour to play something for 20 minutes or whatever. Like, the whole convention thing is something that the games industry has missed. And that, again, is the most on-the-nose statement that you're probably going to have, but it's something that needs to take place, because there's a game that you might have seen, like, how many people would have tried Elden Ring at these conventions before actually buying it, if that was the case, maybe 18 months ago? They would have played it for, do you know what, this might not be for me. Do you know what, this is for me? Or it might have turned people who wasn't sure into people who were buying it. Instead, obviously, people have gone out and bought it, and it's like one of the best-selling games for a From Software game ever, which I don't want to say that's not that difficult, but obviously it is because of what the games that have happened and come out before it. But it's still a huge statement to make. So I genuinely think having conventions is an absolute must. I feel like it doesn't matter how big the convention is. It doesn't have to be something the size of E3. It doesn't have to be the size of something of Gamescom. It can literally just be something. I know EGX is obviously massive as well, but it's in the UK. Like, I don't know how many people are flying from around the world to come to Birmingham to go to an EGX. Like, I just think it's definitely something for the UK audience.
It's London now. I mean, it's back to the XL, but it used to be big, and that's why I'm disappointed with EGX, because it used to be a big thing. Like, I didn't even mention EGX in this because I was talking about summer events, and obviously that takes place in September, so that's autumn relay. But I don't even consider EGX in that conversation. But if you go back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, maybe more like, I think it was more like 15, there was EGX south and north, basically. They had one in Leeds, and it didn't do very well, so they just gave up on it straight away. Whereas MCM was doing MCM London, MCM Birmingham, MCM Manchester, MCM Glasgow. Yes, naturally, they have consolidated a little bit because that's too much. That's like, oh, we can do an event in every single city, but people don't want an event in every single city because that means everyone from Glasgow and Edinburgh and so on go to the Glasgow one, but people from Manchester will wait for the Manchester one. So you don't get that community spirit. You get segregated, smaller communities. So having a little bit of north and south, that's fine, but everywhere else, not so much. Anyway, EGX tried, failed, and then just didn't really do anything. And the event has gone from having massive cinema style sort of Q&As with Hideo Kojima, which happened I think like 2011 2012ish. Hideo Kojima and I think it was Metal Gear Rising at that point in time having a big global Q&A first time sort of conference at EGX to then being like super empty. And this is pre-COVID as well. The last one I went to was actually, maybe I didn't go to last year's. Yeah, I think it was probably the last one pre-COVID I went to, and it was sparse. I mean, I did go on the industry days rather than the weekend, and it did get busier on the weekend, but I don't think it was ever like busy.
I worked the last one before COVID, and it was actually booming. It was booming it was a Friday, Saturday. I think I did a little bit of a Sunday as well, and obviously compared to the likes of Gamescom and stuff like that, it's never going to even be remotely close. But if you wanted to go on to something, you would have to probably queue like 10-15 minutes, which in the grand scheme of things compared to the other big conferences is nothing really.
See, I think for me the big thing is like you can probably fill it up enough, but the size of it, like it's like half the size of what it used to be. So it used to fill out the full Earl's Court, and you'd be squashing things in at that point in time. Whereas when it's in the XL now, it's like, okay, we'll give you 2 little halls kind of thing, and maybe a bit aside. Whereas it used to be like 2-3 times the size. You'd get massive PlayStation stands, massive Xbox stands, and I think there was maybe there was a PlayStation thing the last time I went. There was no Xbox One. Xbox was like, yeah, we're not going to bother going. There might have been some Nintendo thing. I think there was like a YouTube sort of stand, but there was a lot of stuff not bothering. It was either a case of it was at the end of the year, we didn't expect the event to be great, or whatever reasons it was. It was a shadow of its former self in that sort of thing, which this article that we're talking about now could lead to more of that, because if EGX is end of September or start of September, whenever it is, it used to be end of September, start of October, and I know because it used to clash with my honeymoon, my anniversary, 1st of October, so it used to like that weekend. Yeah, by the way, I'm not going to be here for our anniversary again, yay. But whenever it is, I mean, that's months after June. You've gone all the way through June, all the way through July, all the way through August, all the way through September, and you've had an Xbox showcase. Xbox probably still appearing at E3 because they're part of the ESA. You've had Activision, EA Play, Ubisoft Forward. We've had Gamescom, which then also includes Square Enix, Koch Media, all this thing. Everyone has shown their hands. So when it comes to EGX, it used to be announcements, but everything has been announced. So the only thing EGX has got left to do is, do you want to play some of these games? But even then, if that comes into October, it's like, well, do I want to spend money going all the way down to London, queuing up to go to EGX, to stand in a queue for ages to play 15 minutes of the new Call of Duty when it comes out 4 weeks after? So this is not necessarily great for us in the UK, but this is great for Xbox and the games industry, because we do get some of that hands-on stuff, not in the UK, not as a community, but we don't get that with the ESA's version of events. E3 last year was okay, but they had some naff meet-up app thing that was meant for journalists, which they didn't really use it anyway. And then it was just watch conferences that you can do. You are literally watching this stuff right now, probably, possibly. You might be listening to it on demand. But even still, you are watching or listening to this right now. And that is what we are doing from our literal houses, bedrooms. And the ESA has all of that money, but doesn't really take their broadcast to the next level. Get you in, get the game in your hands, get you sharing experiences at the same time. And if they are the Entertainment Software Association, so this is the association in charge of all of that software, and they don't do anything better than two blokes in Manchester, then what are people paying for? So Xbox branching out and doing their own thing, I want to see this. I want to see how this goes, because I want them to either be the final death knell for E3. I don't want E3 to die. I love E3. I love the fact that it's all in the same week and everything's like someone independent has a schedule going, okay, Xbox first, PlayStation then, that then, and they all follow each other. I love that. In reality, it's better for them to all split up and do their own thing one Thursday, and the next one to do the next Thursday. Bless you, quiet sneeze, babe. Nice. And then someone else we'll do the Tuesday the week after kind of thing. So it spreads it out over 6 weeks. I mean, I know that kind of gives us a longer games summer, but I always call it Christmas, game of Christmas in the summer kind of thing.
It is though. Like, this is what people wait for. Like, this is their holiday period where they want to be able to see what's coming for the remainder of the year, because when it gets to the holiday season, that's when things start to ramp up in terms of a lot of the heavy hitters coming out, shall we say, and then usually a new console launch. It may be that the consoles are coming back into stock, and that's something to start talking about. But yeah, like I say, it's I love the running. I love the running. You can usually look at the conferences that are coming throughout the year and then plan which ones you're either more excited for or ones alternative like you can actually make in person. So the more the better. But the biggest question that I think that I've got for you, Graham, is: do you ever think that we'll get to a point where they are as populated, shall we say, as they used to be, where you're just going to get hundreds of thousands of people? The chopper's on my side, by the way. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know why I call it the chopper, helicopter.
Get to the chopper.
Do you ever think they'll be as populated as they once was in terms of hundreds of thousands of people going over a weekend? Or do you think now we are in a digital first environment where people will more likely want to watch these conferences from home, providing that they're going to be getting a half decent experience?
Good question. Do I feel like these events could be packed out? Yes. Do I feel like with them being so strung out, I'm not as sure. I kind of feel like it could go either way. I can see a future where the world is back to normality. And when I say that, I mean less of the new normal, less of the need for the social distances and stuff like that. And I can see people going, do you know what, fuck it. We just want to celebrate. Because people go through sort of like peaks and troughs, like, do you know what, I've been around people for so much, I want space, I don't want to be around people. And then people are like, oh, I've been isolated for so much that I want to go to an event where I can celebrate with people. And actually I've been to too many events where people celebrate, so I don't want to be around people. And they pivot back the other way. So I can see there being full on the whole industry will diversify, and it's like, yeah, we can have the Ubisoft Forward. We'll have the Square Enix Presents showcase kind of thing. We'll have a State of Play or the PlayStation Experience events. We'll have the Xbox showcase. We'll do this. We'll do that. And then eventually someone will go, do you know what? I've got a crazy idea. How about we do an event where it's everyone together? And they'd be like, oh, yeah. And it's like, it's literally the same thing. It's just cycles. It'll come back again. I can see that happening. I'm not sure if that's going to be within the next few years. It could be, but it needs a central pivot point, and that central pivot point is the ESA, the Entertainment Software Association, the company behind E3. That pivot point going, or Gamescom, going, okay, we want to do an event. We want to bring all of the big industry powerhouses together, and PlayStation and Xbox suddenly look at each other and go, but why am I going to share the limelight with them? Why am I going to spend a lot of money to come to you to share the limelight with them? And E3 doesn't have a pivot point. It used to be, yeah, we will guarantee you numbers and access to the mainstream press. PlayStation's like, yeah, but you used to guarantee me that when I didn't have a Twitch channel and a YouTube channel that gets more views than your channel does. So, yeah, tell me why I'm going to come and share the spotlight with them, and E3's suddenly like flicking through the notes. What else can we do? We'll get Greg Miller to host it. And EA then suddenly pipes up and goes, actually, he hosts EA Play as well. So they're like, oh, fuck, what else can we do? We will make a shit app for you guys and unless we can get some sort of pivot point, I think it's going to be difficult to get the big guns together. So unless the industry just buys itself as it has been doing. Yes, we will see loads of people together because Xbox own them all. So we will have Activision and Bethesda and Xbox, who all have their own big sort of centerpiece events at E3s and the like, but just in their same showcase, which is what this is probably coming off from. We are seeing a central pivot towards multiple brands within the showcase, but because the industry is becoming more vertical. Xbox is doing the development and publishing of so many different titles now that we won't see Call of Duty in PlayStation showcases anymore. We will see it in the Xbox One, right next to the new Doom and Starfield and whatever else, because Xbox can do that. So I think, Xbox doing its own E3 style. GG's to Phil Spencer and the Xbox team for supporting E3 for as long as they have done and not jumping away like other brands have done because they've seen the financial benefit from it. I think that was maybe, and I'm not meaning to speak down on Xbox here, I think that was maybe because Xbox needed the support previously. Xbox was the secondary brand. We did have the TV stuff. Xbox wasn't churning the numbers, getting the sales, but it is now. So Xbox at this point has gone, not only do we not really need you anyway, but we also have so much more value that we don't need to give it to you at all. So we're just going to do our own thing. It doesn't cost us 6-7 figures just to be there. We can put that money into we fucking like Xbox don't even go into E3 at E3. There's the LA Convention Center, and then next to it there's the Xbox Arena, which is I don't know if it's a basketball arena or whatever it is, right next to it. And Xbox are in there. So they go, okay, well, we rather than just saying we're part of it but not quite part of it, we'll just not bother. We'll just do our own thing. Nice. So
and not have to pay an absolute shit ton to be there.
Exactly. Let me jump back through the comments then. Bib likes the smell of sweat and geeks. He does, to be fair. He does.
I do. It smells like a hot city. It smells like CEX, just on a much bigger smelling scale.
Nim. It's all right. I accept NFT bribes. Well, don't worry. We've got a story for you. We've got you a picture of a pebble. There you go. It's worth billions, mate. He left a few years ago. So you mean Bowser took over his castle? Yes. Reggie Fils-Aimé was replaced by Bowser. Something that never forgets to make me smile whenever it's mentioned. It's when September ends started playing in my head. Well, there you go. Nice to wake you up. Anyway, Timeless. Hey, Timeless. Welcome in. How are you doing, good sir? You okay? So for those that don't know, Timeless is a very supportive member of... I won't just limit it to the PUBG community, but that's probably the easiest way of describing it. He's a very supportive member of the community. Choose whatever community you want that to be. He gives other people promotion. He rocks up in people's streams, kills them with grenades, does all sorts of things. Oh, there we go. Just as I mention it.
Inevitable.
Oh no, that's a nade. Move away.
Kaboom.
Nice. So yeah, Timeless is a good guy. We like Timeless. Anyway, he's in a hospital. He's been in hospital over the weekend to the point where I did see that Mrs. Timeless, I assume it was Mrs. Timeless, was writing messages on his behalf on social media, which is obviously never something you want to see. So hopefully you're okay. Timeless says, unfortunately, I think this is the start of the slow decline of attending big events. I don't see them lasting many more years. Tito says, all right, love, how do you fancy your weekend away for our anniversary this year? Yeah, nice. Earl's Court it is. Thing is, Earl's Court doesn't even exist anymore. So yeah, let's just grab a mood, yeah. You've been let out on good behaviour now, Timeless, says Tito. Imagine a virtual event where where Stadia tech was used so you could stream the games being showcased. I mean, there you go. Stadia has a use. It was just I read event and Stadia and I thought, well, no one's going to go there. But ironically, that's exactly what you're saying. An event where the Stadia tech was used so you could actually stream the games from home. So that's absolutely a Stadia event. Nobody turned up. But that's the point. So it's okay. Everyone can do their own shows, chapters, and get the same info and desired cheaper. Okay, everyone can do their own shows cheaper and get the same info. Yeah, exactly. And that's what we've seen. I do feel there is a big crossover in terms of brands wanting to celebrate together, because it's that community vibe. PlayStation understand that attending E3 was massively costly. They could attend multiple celebration, air quotes, style events, rather than having just centerpiece events. But you can have centerpiece events that are celebration events, and that's kind of what Gamescom is. There's so many people, there's so many different things ongoing that I think there's always still going to be a place for that. It just has to add value, and ESA and the E3 context just takes value. It takes without giving anything really back that brands can't do for themselves these days. Talk Shows Unmuted says R.I.P. Scott Hall, baby. Has he actually passed now? I know that like he's been pretty much at the point, which is heartbreaking to see. Such an influential person from the world of wrestling. For those who don't know, Scott Hall he started out for most people as Razor Ramon, and then for a lot of other people will have been Scott Hall from the Outsiders of NWO fame, kind of thing. Long wrestling career, exceptional WWE Hall of Famer, and probably other brands Hall of Famer as well. Anyway, he wasn't in a great position this morning. Kevin Nash mentioned that he was on life support, and it looked unlikely to turn around. So I haven't seen any updates on that. Hopefully, I mean, I'll say hopefully from the way I'm reading it, doesn't sound like that there will be a happy end to that story, which is heartbreaking. But still, you don't want to hear the inevitable when it does happen. So. Yeah. Lake says, I am sweating right now. In the gym. GG's. Good efforts. Let's see. You sure it isn't all those burgers? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Lake, you eat pretty well. So and drink pretty well as well. So yeah, sweat it all out and some more. Timeless is a sexy mess, he is. Goddamn.
Sexy mess.
Where to kill the joke, G? I don't know which one. The Earl's Court one? Nope, they're kicking me out later on today. Nice. Sick of me already. Thank you for the kind words, gents. Hoping to be free later today, fingers crossed. Yeah, or at least no one said anything new. Yeah, okay. Kevin Nash has posted that Scott has been taken off light support once his family's in attendance. Yeah, I saw that. That was about 5 hours ago, 6-7 hours ago when I first saw that, so I haven't seen any updates, which it's... Yeah, there's not much we can say. I won't say anymore. I will put the pin in that one, and then we'll obviously be able to share that on social media, maybe within the stream tomorrow when we get more. But at the moment, it's not much you can say about an impending horrible situation, is there really? So we will move ahead into the next bit of news. Let me pull that full screen. As Tom Ivan at VGC says, Xbox Series X and S consoles can now download updates in energy saver mode. So not only are they bringing you the biggest, the best, the breaking games events from the summers, they're also bringing you updates when your console's not on-ish. So it consumes about 20 times less power than standby mode. So Microsoft has said that Xbox Series X and S consoles can now download system and game updates in energy saver mode. This the news was announced as part of a wider update on Xbox's sustainability efforts, which are working towards it being carbon negative, water positive, and zero waste by 2030. The news means players no longer need to leave the console in standby mode, which consumers, I'm assuming that should be consumes, so which consumes about 20 times more power than Energy Saver in order to download updates when the system's not in use. Energy Saver mode has also been made the default option when new owners first boot up the system. Microsoft said it has embedded an enhanced power monitoring system in a small number of consoles designed to help it identify the best ways to introduce future power-saving improvements. The company is also incorporating more post-consumer recycled resins into its products. It began doing this with a console for the first time in late 2021. At a minimum, 28% of the mechanical component plastic by weight in the updated Series S console is post-consumer recycled resin, or PCR resin, said Dave McCarthy, corporate vice president of Xbox operations. Xbox has also converted its gift cards from plastic to paperboard, which it claimed has cut over 500,000 kilograms of plastic annually. I said that Azure data centers, which power Xbox Cloud Gaming, will shift to 100% renewable energy by 2025 too. And by 2030, it said it will design Xbox products and accessories and all Microsoft product packaging to be 100% recyclable. GG's. I want to stop and correct myself. I did say that PlayStation has been able to run updates whilst it was in offline modes. And I think I've got the wrong end of the stick there, because PlayStation can run I say can. They don't always happen, but PlayStation in theory could run updates and download updates. But I think that's just in standby mode. I don't know if it actually works in PlayStation's energy saver mode. There is an energy saver mode on PlayStation, and I kind of feel like that I've seen, okay, energy saving mode doesn't do your updates, so I might be wrong by that one. So if that is the case, then GG's Xbox for getting there first and also doing right by the environment. You love to see it. You love to see it. What are your thoughts, babe?
Yeah, massive. I mean, I don't know if it's the same around the world, but in the UK, most certainly the energy bills and everything are going up. So to see that it's actually going to use less power and you're still able to do everything that you did before, massive thumbs up from the Bibster.
Yeah. Big old recyclable campaign as well. So everything that goes in the consoles will be recyclable by 2030. Big news. So GG's. Love to see. There's no negative to that. There is no negative to that story. Do what you can do already, but cheaper and better for the environment. You win, the environment wins. Everything's good. Kushte. Nice. Yeah. I heard about that, so whacked it straight into eco mode. That should save me 5p off my £125 energy bill. Still 5p, Tito. Anyone want to do PS5 GTA 5 things someday as a group, like a Discord race? Sorry, Lake, we created a separate channel in Discord. We've all been planning loads of stuff like that already. The group only invited people that they wanted to play with, so there is loads of us in there. Are you not in that one?
Out of order.
Oh no, I'm joking. I'm joking. Just being a dick.
Oh no.
Oh no, the cat's out of the bag. No, that sounds good, Lake. That sounds good. I mean, what the fuck? I love you. What a joking. No, I was talking earlier on to Bib. The same thing that I put into the Discord, talking to you earlier on. !Discord if you're not in our Discord, by the way. If you're watching live on Twitch, you can get involved from there. If not, then you can find the link on our Twitch channel. Awkward. Yeah, I wrote in the Discord like that yesterday. Lake was talking about it, and I had some not GTA wallet, some PlayStation currency. So when it's my birthday, I get like PlayStation gift cards off family members that are like, yeah, okay, there you go, something cheap and cheerful. You get what you want. Nice. So I had some money in it. It was like £8 to get GTA 5 for the PS5. I thought, yeah, might as well. Lake's talking about. I'm talking about. I keep thinking I want to go back and properly play GTA Online at some point, so it'd be worth a try. Anyway, did, and then as I wrote in the Discord earlier today, it comes out tomorrow, so I can't wait to finish up after a hard day at work, to come home, fire up the PlayStation 5 and jump back into PUBG again, because clearly that's what I'm going to play. So there you go. Yeah, they're nice. So yes, like absolutely. I will jump into a Discord race at some point. You're probably better off finding someone else a little bit more reliable and less PUBG intensive than me. £125 a month, and I haven't even touched my heating this winter. It's mad. It's ridiculous. That's what it is. It's absolutely disgusting, Tito.
Disgusting.
Anyway, let's move ahead. Let's talk about some WWE. Did you have fun with WWE yesterday?
I had the best fun. As I said, I was hoping for like a 4-hour stream, but it turned out to be an hour and a half of me having technical difficulties. But yeah, like it's literally like the only game that I want to play at the moment. Whenever I'm able to carve out any time, like even Skyrim's been put on the back burner, Graham, and that is saying something.
I want to say that. I mean, clearly Bibby has had to push himself to play this game. He's not a big fan of wrestling at all. Nice t-shirt you got there, Bib. Nice t-shirt. Just move your right arm down a little bit for us, Bib. Oh, is that championship belt? Just fuck, I didn't realize. So yeah. Okay. You see what we're doing. So yeah. Anyway, we enjoy playing some WWE 2K22. Bibby has played more than I have. I have been playing it when I could have been playing Curve Peak. Traitor, Tito. Yeah. He knows the vibes.
He knows.
Curved Bibby. That's a bit personal.
A bit personal.
Hello. So this article, though, is something that should speak to us and speak to you. Give you a little bit of a behind the scenes. This is written by Matt Elfring, which sounds like he's full on a fictional character from J.R. Tolkien's sort of books. Matt Elfring at GameSpot says WWE 2K22 dev explains how it dealt with WWE's ever-shrinking roster. During the pandemic, WWE released lots of wrestlers from the company, but how did that affect production of WWE 2K22? See, I'm going to stop for just a second. So as someone that I would say I'm a lapsed WWE fan, big fan of wrestling, always will be, but I'm a big fan of Attitude Era and a bit after that kind of thing. like, was it the pandemic that made them get like cut stuff back? Was it a cost thing or what? Because I didn't know. I didn't ever know what the reasons were for cutting so heavily. All I saw was people heavily criticizing losing so much talent, but I didn't know what it was for.
Yeah, I think that's more to do with it because they had to have the Thunderdome, didn't they? Where it was like internal. They had I think they did WrestleMania the first year at the NXT arena, which was bizarre to have a WrestleMania at that kind of event. But yeah, I think it's more to do with that because obviously they have no income. The only money that they was relying on is probably the WWE Network and Peacock, which it was it Peacock and they've moved to BT Sport or vice versa. Anyway, they ended up doing a massive TV deal with somebody, one of those two, or they might have moved from like Fox. I can't remember. Whatever it is in America, they've moved from that and they went over to Peacock. So yeah, they're trying to find alternative ways to make money. And what's the easiest way to not have as much money going out is to make people redundant. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, we'll jump back into the article then. Buckbok, welcome back, dude. How are we doing? So we're talking about how WWE devs explains how they dealt with WWE's shrinking roster. The WWE devs, by the way, I mean 2K22, obviously. 2K/Take-Two. Anyway, 2K Games took a year off during the pandemic for development of WWE 2K22 following the disastrous launch of 2K20. I bet they've got hate reading that by now. Like, imagine you're doing PR for WWE 2K. And you've got an article, and you've seen the score. It's an 8 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 or whatever. And the first line that you almost always are going to read is, after taking a year off from their previous shit game, WWE is now okay again. It's like, here we go again. I've read that so many times, and I'm not even PR, and I'm just thinking, okay, we get it. But I suppose you've got to do your due diligence anyway. Okay, I'll jump back in, and just for the bants, let's go over it again. So 2K Games took a year off during the pandemic for development of WWE 2K22 following the disastrous launch of 2K20. During this time, Visual Concepts had time to redesign everything about the franchise, from the look and controls to gameplay and adding new modes. However, one thing it wasn't expecting was wrestling promotion WWE to release over 80 wrestlers. 80 wrestlers who could have been in the game. Speaking with Visual Concepts creative director Lionel Jinks and senior producer Christian Diem? Diem? I'm going to say DM, like Carpe Diem. We'll go with that one. Christina Diem. Diem fam. Oh, there we go. I missed a bit. Jinx explained the process of dealing with these layoffs at WWE. Quote, every year, we've had to deal with certain situations where a superstar would get released right before we're about to launch the game, Jinx told GameSpot. And the WWE, they're amazing partners. They'll evaluate what the wrestlers' contracts are, when our release date is, how much of a pain would it be for us to remove someone. They take into account so many different factors, and they help us make those decisions. It was the same thing this year, continued Jinx. Yet, this was at a different scale, but every superstar that either left the company or was future endeavored, there was a discussion about it, and we worked with the WWE to figure out what was the best thing for the game. Again, they're amazing, end quote. While WWE 2K22's roster isn't as large as previous installments, it does feature many of the WWE wrestlers who were released during the pandemic because of supposed budget cuts. This includes Keith Lee, Mickie James, Swerve, is that Ilconics? Two versions of Mia Yim, and a lot more. 2K Games recently revealed its upcoming DLC plans for WWE 2K22, which includes Hurricane Helms, Doink the Clown, Gia Lee, Ronda Rousey, Logan Paul, and Machine Gun Kelly. In total, 27 more wrestlers will be added to the roster between April and July, between 5 DLC packs. The Visual Concepts team spoke with GameSpot's professional wrestling podcast, Wrestle Buddies, about development of WWE 2K22, changing the controls, and if they overextended themselves when making the new game. You can check that episode below. There you go. Nice. Click the link if you want to see some stuff. We can share the article. If you're not, we won't bother. Bookbox says, Doink the Clown! Yeah. Doink the Clown.
Which one? There were two doinks.
David was having this conversation the other day. See, I never really got Doink. I've never really got clowns, to be fair. So Doink, like I said, Doink only really. I kind of blocked him out of being in actual wrestling and only position him in the WWF In Your House arcade game on the SNES and stuff like that, yeah. PS1. So beyond that, Doink kind of doesn't really do anything for me. But yes, WWE devs explain how they have dealt with the shrinking roster. What are your thoughts, Bib?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult anyway with wrestling because it's not like it is in any other sport, really. It's not like football or American football or NBA or something like that. As far as I'm aware in American sports, I forget about the American sports that I've mentioned. I'll just talk about English ones. If you're signed to a contract, it's very difficult for them for you to be able to get out of it if you don't want to be sold. Like, or they want to sell you, so you want to be sold and they don't. You have to stay in your contract until both parties can assume that the money's worth what someone's willing to pay for, and you can be released. Wherein wrestling, the contracts aren't, unless you're a top guy within there, you're likely to get 12 to 24 month contract, which is obviously huge. It's guaranteed money, but you might mid carders might only get 3 months, might even get a month, and it's a rolling contract, and they can just get rid of you. Or they may have a cancellation clause within there, and they can just get rid of you at any single point. AEW may be looking over there, and they go, do you know what? We'll sign you. WWE is saying we've got nothing for you. Okay, mutually consent. Your contract's expired. You can then move on to pastures new. Like, it's such a bizarre world to know that your money that's coming in can just be stopped instantly. You could just be, I get a phone call, that's it, you're out. Like, there's been so many stories of wrestlers in the past that have had their what do you call it? No, it's not resignation because you're not doing it, but they've been fired via FedEx. Like, they'll just have their contract sent to them, and it'll say terminated.
Bye.
Just wake up in the morning, that's it, and you're out of it. It's a bizarre world, so it's even more difficult when you are trying to create a game with personalities who you don't know is going to be there the next day. Never mind in 8 months' time when your game's meant to be coming out. But I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers in there that aren't with the company anymore, so they obviously signed something to have their likenesses appearing in the game. But I mean, even if they're not creating the wrestlers, the community will anyway. So yeah. You're not going to get the full photo scan. You're not going to get the Titantron. You're not going to get the music. Someone will create the likenesses within the game anyway. So from our standpoint, it's really not that big of an issue. If anything, the people who are leaving aren't going to get paid because people are going to create them regardless, which is a bit shit. Like CM Punk, I've seen so many people make him within the game. Obviously, it's not with them; it's with AEW. So yeah, it's a weird rope to try and walk down. But it's a necessary evil, and it kind of goes without saying. It's the territory that you're in. You know full well that these wrestlers might not be there when the game comes to get released, and you just have to do your best to create as many as you want. Like, I don't know how many they've created that have just gone into the recycling bin. Like, there could be hundreds of them, including NXT stars and different regions that still have local wrestling. I know there's not that many of them anymore, and that WWE still technically own. But still, they might have been created and then just not used. Like, it's a bizarre world, but that's wrestling.
It's quite interesting when you think of it. So I was dying then. I was trying to like blow my nose whilst drinking and everything, trying to get myself composed whilst I'm you probably didn't know, but everyone watching the stream is like, "Where's Graham gone?" Yeah, it's interesting. Like, when you watch sports games, so a FIFA, I have had it in the past where Gareth Bale is on the cover in his Tottenham shirt and then he disappears and he goes somewhere else and he's not wearing that shirt before. And Pez has had it with Messi and Neymar and whatever. So we've seen players move teams when they're the cover art kind of thing, but they're still covered by the FIFA Pro license. They still are in the game. So anyone that's spent ages drawing someone's eyebrow hair or a mole and got it all perfectly right place and stuff, made sure the face like smiles in the right ways, because obviously it's a wireframe model that smiles and then the skin over the top smiles, and some people just look terrifying. Gerard Piqué, Pez, which one was that? Was that 20?
Ribéry.
Oh,
that's the howler.
Yeah, I was thinking of there was I think it was like 2013-ish sort of thing. There was maybe 2011. Gerard Piqué, and there's one where he screams and he's got like a big neck vein and stuff coming out, and it looks like something from Resident Evil instead. But anyway, can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, so like things like that get designed, but then still appear in the game. It must be devastating as a developer. Imagine sitting there and going, "Oh, I've just made Jeff Hardy look phenomenal." I know Jeff Hardy has left, and Jeff Hardy, I think, is still in the game, right? I believe. So I said Jeff Hardy's left. I'm off looking at this. It says looking back at the 80 WWE wrestlers released in 2021, and Jeff Hardy's on that. I assume Jeff Hardy has left. I don't know. I could be wrong.
He's in AEW. He debuted last week.
Okay. So Jeff Hardy, I've seen his face on a My Faction image within the game, so I assume he's still in WWE 2K22. I haven't played enough to I've played everything yet, so I could be wrong on that. Anyway, imagine drawing Jeff Hardy like faithfully recreating every hair, every little bit of detail, the way that his eyes on his what's the word I'm looking for? Face paint. And then he opens his eyes and it's his actual eyes, not just the face paint eyes. Oh my God. Are doing all that stuff and making it look fucking world class. And then someone just got, actually, by the way, I know you've done that, Graham, but we actually can't use that at all. So yeah, Jeff Hardy, not around anymore. So in a bit, mate. And that must be heartbreaking to have seen that. I mean, they did say that WWE worked with them to see how they can make that work. They'll evaluate what the wrestlers' contracts are when our release date is, how much of a pain point it would be for us to remove someone. Yeah. So naturally, that will probably be individual contracts. How much is this guy worth to us and to the other brand? How much is this diva worth versus another brand? Is it a big thing? Do we have some stuff in there? Actually, we probably could feature this person in the brand, but they are probably going to be a headliner at AEW, so the last thing we would want to do is feature a headliner and give them promotion there, so let's bin that person. They're probably all those sort of things. I imagine a lot of them, WWE could go, yeah, throw them in, go for it. Yeah. But at the same time, they're thinking, we just don't want to promote other people's wrestlers, because AEW might as well get a free ride at a video game, because half the people are in WWE 2K22 kind of thing. New wrestler, Jeff Hardy.
The Jeff Hardy example is a very, very good example, because not only are you using it for this game, but historically it was meant to be in Here Comes the Pain. Like, he was in all of the press stuff, he was in all the magazines, and it's showing him doing a swanton bomb off the Titantron, I think, at the time, or off the stage. I could be getting that completely confused, but he was meant to be in it, and he was in all the PR stuff. Lo and behold, he gets sacked. He has to go to rehab a couple of months after all the previews had gone out, so he wasn't actually in the game. So it's technically happened to him twice now.
Yeet, Hardy. The Hardys are now with AEW with their old music. Nice. Yep, Jeff Left came back and was let go again. He's in the game, yes. Wiki! Shout out to Wiki, by the way. Twitch's newest, most exciting partner. Let's go. I like the fact that in getting partnered as well, they've streamlined the name. So there's no Wiki TV, it's just straight old Wiki. Nice, beautiful. GG's, dude. Is that why WWE create wrestler identities? That way they own the rights to the character even after they've been fired. I know wrestlers were banned from using their wrestler identities on Twitch. I don't know the intricacies of that. I imagine something like that exists in terms of if they create the persona, they get to own that rather than the wrestler, which is why you've seen some wrestlers have names in one organization and then different names in another, because that's a copyrighted persona owned by the organization rather than themselves. And then in doing that, WWE says, well, you are using our brand. So let's stick with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is our brand. You can't stream on Twitch under the name Jeff Hardy because you're using our brand. It'd be like, say, the voice actor of I can't even think of Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War. I don't know why that's where I went first. If he just starts streaming as Marcus Phoenix on Xbox / the Coalition or whoever it is that develops Gears of War, will be like, actually, that's our brand. You can't use that detailed for yourself. I think there's been issues with actually the guy who does the voice of Ghost from Call of Duty. I think he had to change the way that he was marketing himself at one point in time, because he obviously was doing cameos as the voice of Ghost, selling his voice, which is entitled to do. Stay frosty, yeah, and all that sort of stuff. But I think there was things with him and Activision and them saying, okay, well, you are a voice actor, you can sell your voice acting skills, but you are not Ghost. You can't sell that. And I'm pretty sure there's been that kind of stuff. So yeah, anyway, so that I understand. And was a massive tangent, so we'll just put a pin in that bit there and jump back into the comments. Nietzsche says, "Oi, oi, sniper's dream." WWE like to own the name. The names are owned by WWE. That that way, if the talent ever leaves, they can still sell items using the name. Some wrestlers have bought their name off WWE. Yeah, and some will obviously bring their names in with them as well.
Do you know what I found bizarre? Do you know when Jeff Hardy debuted this week? He had his Hardy Boys theme tune, which I have no idea how much AEW have actually paid WWE for that, because I'm sure it was a Jim Johnson song.
Well, David said that just a bit ago. Yeah,
did it?
Was it David that said it? Yeah, the Hardys are now with AEW with their old music. Which I was like, yeah, baby, because that resonates with me. But yeah, that will have been a package kind of thing. Maybe the Hardys have gone, okay, well, if their contracts were terminated, that could have been part of the severance. Okay, if you want to get rid of us, rather than giving us 250 grand, give us 175 and we'll take the rights to the theme tune so we can use that elsewhere. Because you're not going to use it. We would use it. And that way you save 75 grand and we get to keep all of our brand. There probably would have been that sort of severance package. I said probably. There could have been. There's many, many, many different ways that cookie could have crumbled. But yeah. I mean, WWE aren't really going to use that, because if Jeff Hardy is the new golden goose for AEW, they want to pretend that he never existed. Obviously, when it comes to suiting them, like Hall of Famers and yes, we built his career and stuff like that, they'll be happy for it then. But general day-to-day marketing, we don't talk about marketing other people's products. So Jeff Hardy, we're not going to play that theme tune anywhere. So if we can save 75 grand or earn 75 grand for getting rid of it, then go on, fill your boots. Where do we get to? AEW have paid for a few WWE themes and names. The Hardest theme is by Zach Tempest, called Loaded. It's royalty-free music. Is it?
Oh, I did not know that. I genuinely thought it was a Jim Johnson tune. Shows how much I know.
Wow. The owner of AEW just bought ROH.
Ring of Honor?
Randy Orton.
ROH. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I'm not looking at the chat. Ring of Honor 2 TWO. Okay. Yeah, Ring of Honor.
I don't know what Ring of Honor is.
It's a different wrestling promotion.
Ah, okay. There you go. Did not know. I know now. So AEW making moves. 2K22 having to make moves in weird and wonderful ways. Do you know what? ICU might be making weird and wonderful creative moves when it comes to WWE 2K22 as well. Watch this space.
Maybe.
Watch this space. So yeah, we're full on spoiling now pretty much anyway. So but let's just say if you wanted to wrestle in the ICU arena, then maybe that's something that could take place some point soon. We will keep you posted on that one. For now, though, we will put up in that conversation. Shout out to I've lost my chat's just pinged away. I don't even know where that went to. Oh, nice. Okay, there we go. We're back again now. Shout out to Robo Daniel as well for joining us in chat. How are we doing, dude? How is your Monday? You good? Dads versus the World says knowing is half the battle. I mean, there's I don't know what that one relates to, but yes. I mean, that's life. That's life. Do you know what? Knowing is half the battle, and that's actually a good jumping off point, to be fair. Because if you knew that you had an NFT worth $1.2 million US, you knew that you were in the money, right? You have an NFT of a rock, of all things. Just a rock, a picture of a stone that's worth $1.2 million. Nice. What would you do, Bib, if you had a picture of a stone, a digital thing that you didn't really own in any way, but that's a different conversation altogether. You had a digital asset worth $1.2 million. What would you do with that asset?
Probably try to sell it, Graham.
Nice. Me too. Yes. Which is exactly what this guy tried to do. This is an absolute facepalm of, cosmic proportions. RHIANNON Bevan at the Gamer has this story. It says NFT collector loses entire net worth on an image of a rock. So we've reported quite a lot on the scams and art theft in the NFT scene, but today's story is unique in that someone screwed themselves over in the name of profiting off a JPEG. the investor, Twitter user Dino_dealer, went to sell their rock NFT for more than $1 million in crypto, only to accidentally use the wrong coin. Rather than put the rock up for sale with a price tag of 444 Ethereum, or ETH, or roughly 1.2 million US dollars, they listed it for 444 Wei, which is less than a single cent. So rather than $1.2 million, it was less than a cent. Yikes. Quote, in one click, my entire net worth of around $1 million gone, writes Dino Dealer. In brackets, thanks. Web3 is going great. Close brackets. Before they could fix their mistake, it was too late. A bot account sniped the NFT EtherRock number 44. Dino Dealer has since shared that they have attempted to contact customer service, but to no avail. Of course, everything is by the book here. The money exchanged wallets, even if it wasn't the amount that was intended. The responses Dino does receive just send them round in circles from person to person. In the decentralized market of crypto, however, that is to be expected. The bot who sniped the rock NFT for less than 1 cent is now apparently selling it for 234 Ethereum, which is around 620,000 US dollars. Not a bad profit there. 44 cents or whatever it was to 620,000 dollars. Yikes. It remains to be seen if Dino can have the transaction reversed, but considering it's just between themselves and the bot, it's unlikely. There's not much third parties can do either unless the owner of the bot account willingly returns it. Imagine. Okay, quick poll. Anyone in the chat, do you see random crypto bro giving back $620,000 that they have earned legally, fairly? Would you give back $620,000 that you had obtained legally and fairly? I mean, morally, possibly not, but legally, it's fine. Would you give it back? More chance of Oscar Pistorius getting athlete's foot. Fuck's sake, Michio. Yikes. Okay, it seems like we're all kind of on the same page here. Robert Allen says, nah. Lotus says, yeah, that's not getting returned. Tito, fuck no. F no, that's life-changing money. Nope, sucks to be you. Exactly. This is absolute facepalm. And this is absolute banner. This is another reason why we would say no to NFTs. No fucking thanks, as it stands for. That's actually the official not translation. That's what the acronym stands for. Is it acronym? Yeah, acronym, not anagram. Yeah, nice. Okay. So yeah, it officially means that. No, this. It shows how weak the system is. If you could just press one thing wrong and lose $1.2 million legally and fairly, then it's
the same as eBay though, surely. Like if you mark something the wrong price on eBay, you are fucked. Like obviously the people they just cancel the order and something's technically gone wrong. But people have had to sell stuff before now because they have put the wrong price up. I suppose it's just tough titties.
The thing with eBay though is like it's selling an old table or selling an old graphics card or something. Obviously that could be a big chunk of cash or whatever. But in eBay's sense of the world, I've seen someone. I know someone. I went to uni with someone who fucked up something, and he had the option of, do I go through with it or do I not kind of go through with it, in terms of like he'd put it up for the wrong price and someone had bought it kind of thing. He just he's like, I either sell it and fuck up, or I take the hit on my reputation or create a new eBay account. There's ways around it, and if that's for like, I think he was selling something, maybe a PSP or something. I can't remember what it was, like a digital camera or something. I can't remember. iPod. I don't know. It was that era. And I think he just went, sod it, I don't need my eBay account that much. So just like cancelled, give the money back. The person was like, nope, I've won it. You've got my money now. Don't give me the money back. Give me the thing. And anyway, he eventually give the money back and then went, fuck it, you can give me negative feedback or whatever. I'll just create a new account and jobs are good and kind of thing. And he was like, I'm happy to take the hit for, if it's going to cost me a couple of £100, I'll lose my account. On this $1.2 million, there isn't, it's there. You've literally taken your money and put it into Bibby's wallet. There is nothing you can do. Bibby's going, sorry, mate, I didn't even hear. I don't. Who is this Bibby? My name is Bobby. Who is this Bibby?
My name is Booby.
Exclamation mark. Bobby in the chat. Feck off autocorrect. I meant to type Bibby, not Bobby. Fuck. So yeah. This is it for something of such a large value. There needs to be more like that's basic level. There needs to be more protection. I know eBay, obviously, if you go back to eBay, you could buy like PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2 consoles by typing in PlayStation or PlayStation or something like that, because people have mistyped it and it'd never find it. Obviously, eBay has become a bit more protective to that in terms of, it goes, did you mean PlayStation? And from both a seller and a buyer's perspective, to make sure things get linked up so that people don't buy cheap misspelled things and stuff anymore. eBay, you selling, did you mean coffee table? If eBay can correct you when you're selling a coffee table that's worth 40 quid versus $1.2 million of JPEG, then yeah, it's just not right. So do I think there's still a place in the world for NFTs? Probably. Have I seen anything that still makes me question their existence so far? I mean, everything makes me question their existence so far. I haven't seen anything that makes them worthwhile just yet. There is probably reasoning for it, but at this point in time, I haven't seen it. So if anyone can give me good enough reasons for it, yes. Selling a GIF or a JPEG of a rock for $1.2 million, I don't think. That is not fucking normal behavior. If someone says, do you want to buy, actually, there we go. I mean, this one is probably worth $1.2 million if we're being honest. But would you like to buy this gaming nacho sticker? I will do it you for $1.5 million. If you said you're selling me one sticker, there's actually two there, for $1.5 million, get to fuck, you weirdo. That's not normal behavior. Well, why is it fine in digital form? It's not. It's weird. It's not right. But anyway. I remember people selling pictures of PlayStations on eBay and people getting to read the small print saying it's just a picture of the PlayStation and not the physical play. Yeah. Genuine copies is what I got done once. Someone saying they were selling me a genuine copy of Prison Break Season 4 or whatever it was. So I was like, nice. And he was like, yeah, it's genuinely a copy. I copied my original disc, so it's genuinely a copy. I was like, get to fuck. Went to eBay support and they were like, yeah, that's bullshit. Just give me my money straight back. But it's like, fucking whopper. It's a genuine copy. I've copied it, so I know it's a copy, and I know that is genuine. Fuck off, dickhead. And it's like when you got people that were like, how much is your energy bill? 125 quid, Tito. Do you know what? You spend 15 quid with us and I will send you something. I will send you a device that you can use every month from now and forever, and it will cut your bills in half. So you give me 20 quid and I send you a £1 pair of scissors. There you go, cut all your bills in half. And it's like, what the fuck is this? It does exactly what it says, dickhead. So yeah, if eBay's past that shit, then no way I'm spending 1.2 million on stuff that's this. No. I thought you were buying the certificate of ownership, not the actual sticker. Exactly. I will buy you. So I have the sticker, and then I have a bit of paper that it came in. I will just write on it, you own this, and then I'll give you that instead, but I'll keep this. You know, you get this bit. Yeah, nice. 1.5 million sold. I sold my soul to the devil for less than that. Nice. Pleasure doing business with you. All I can think of is Star Trek's Ferengi rules of acquisition. A contract is a contract. It's a contract. You're buying full rights digitally, etc. There's a shop in Turkey called Genuine Fake Watches. I've seen all. Yeah, we went to Turkey years ago, and there was also genuine fakes, like all the market stalls. Genuine fakes, great. Genuinely a photo of what I have that you can buy for yourself. But here's a picture of mine. Yeah, absolutely. This is a picture of my console, and then there was people selling boxes, a boxed PS5, but it was like PS5 box kind of thing. Yeah. Fuck off. Anyway, that's enough of that. We are over time and we are out of news, so we are going to put a pin in things. Let me give you a bit of a recap of what we've talked about. We talked about Xbox having its own E3 style conference in June, so Xbox could kick off the big summer rush of games, but not being at someone else's shows, but having their own. So we know that E3 looks at June. We know that the Summer Games Fest from Jeff Keighley & Co. looks at June. Xbox is looking to potentially do something even sooner than that. So the summer could kick off with some big... I mean, you got to expect Bethesda, Activision, some Starfield, some new Call of Duty stuff, maybe teasers for Warzones and Modern Warfares and stuff, all within the Xbox showcase. It's going to be a spicy meatball. Spicy meatball! After that, Xbox, whilst being spicy, is also looking after the environment, as consoles can now download updates in energy saver mode, which will save you about 20% less power, which is good because energy prices are fucking stupid right now. WWE 2K22 explains how they dealt with ever-shrinking rosters following lots of people being released from WWE main last year, and an idiot gave away $1.2 million. There we go. Nice. Unknown Tactics says the Scoop is a fantastic name. It is. It's a great name. It's a great name. Did you come up with that name, or did I come up with that name? Oh no, I don't think it was either of us. I think you was talking about like a talk show, and I think it was actually maybe Luke came up with it because we had a few different shows in mind. My Slack's just come to life. We had like what can we call our shows? We've got the Ice Cream Sunday. If we do a program on Sunday, it could be Sunday with an AE. We've got the Ice Cream Sandwich. We've got the Ice Cream Scoop. So yeah, Bibby's talking away, but no one can hear it.
Yeah, my bad. I've just been blowing my nose, so I completely forgot to unmute it. I think I had Second Serving. I think that's what I had as the show name. But yeah, the Scoop's so much better.
Yeah, Scoop is good. I think it was Luke. Let me just kill my Slack because everyone else is getting absolutely triggered by that. I know people sat there going, I'm trying to listen to the show, but people keep messaging me, but nothing's showing up. It's me. It's my Slack. Sorry. If you are watching or listening on demand, it's not you. It's me. So yeah, the inside scoop. Exactly. That was it. So Ice Cream Scoop. Thank you very much for joining the chat on Unknown Tactics. Appreciate that, dude. So yeah, we aren't above cheesy puns on this channel. We are very much that sort of train of thought. So do expect other future shows to be named equally as puntastic as that. Speaking of future shows, we are going to disappear. We won't be back tomorrow, though. I would usually say, we'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Nice. But we won't. We are upgrading our studio, ! Upgrade in the chat if you want to see what we are adding to our central studio. So we will both be in the studio tomorrow, helping put that together. I say that. I mean, I'm going to sit there and with my laptop and point at stuff. Bibby's probably going to help with the actual upgrade stuff. Myself, lazy. Just take all the credit for it. Yeah, look at all the work that I did. Nice. So yeah, Bibby will do the man's way. Exactly. No, I probably won't, to be fair. We'll both just sit there and make Andy do it. That's what it does. Yeah.
I'll plug in a wire. It'll be fine. I go, Andy, what the fuck are you putting it there for? Does it look like it goes there? And then that'll be my contribution.
That's where Andy turns around with a big power drill. Like, okay, whatever, Andy, put it whatever you want me. It's fine. You do whatever. I didn't like that wire anyway. We'll probably get a better one. So yeah, we're going to disappear. We'll be back on Wednesday, potentially. Obviously, Bibby will still be in the office on Wednesday. The fact that I'm going to be here means that I could probably loop him in. So we'll have some sort of amalgamated podcast potentially on Wednesday. So do feel free to join us for that. Nothing on Thursday, and then we'll be back with another one of these on Friday. That's for the scoops. On Wednesday evening, I will be chasing crates with mates with Mr. iLotus UK. However, there will be a change to the plans for the weekend. This is the first time I've mentioned this. I'm at a wedding on Saturday, so there will be no Saturday stream. So my stream this week will potentially, depending on where Bibby's planning on doing his, mine could potentially be Friday evening or on Sunday, depending on how it goes. Or it might not happen at all, but there will be no stream for me on Saturday because I'm going to be at a wedding. So less sprinkles this week. No, not potentially the same amount of sprinkles, just at different times. So yeah. When are you streaming this? Your gameplay this weekend, or are you not sure just yet?
Let me have a look at my calendar. I don't think I've got anything in this weekend. So it could be Sunday again. I like Sundays because I can go a little bit longer. Yeah, it looks like Sunday. Sunday looks good. City kick off at 3 o'clock. So yeah, Sunday looks good. That's the only thing I've got in.
Nice. Okay, well, I will probably be streaming PUBG then. If you're not doing Saturday, I will probably do Friday. I will probably do Friday evening. So I'll probably have some PUBG fun times on Friday evening rather than Saturday morning. So do feel free to drop a follow on the channel. That way you get notified when we go live, whether it's in the studio, whether it's an amalgamation, whether it's in the evening or what. Do it. What the hell am I going to listen to now while I'm in full foot champ sweat mode? Just put the scoop on Spotify, whatever. Job's good. Nice. Not good enough. I quit. Didn't he?
I'll do a rerun for the people, and if that's what they want, Graham, I'll just do a rerun.
Yeah. Do you get sprinkles on reruns?
Surely. You're turning up still, aren't you?
Good question. Didn't you hear, Graham, weddings being cancelled due to PUBG? I didn't. God damn it. Yeah, slacking. 220k. What is it? Is it 250? Should we push the price up for mod applications? Just sprinkles.
Yeah,
just put it up by another couple of 100,000, something like that. Nice. Who's going to a wedding over smashing some pubbers? This guy. Yeah.
Mate, if there's free food there, I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm also a partner of the Maid of Honor, so I've got to kind of I've got to go and hold a bag. I'm the one that just carries stuff from like room to room kind of
They're
thing.
the worst ones. They are genuinely the worst ones.
Don't even get to sit with her. She'd probably be like on top table, and I'll be just like in the corner with Aunt Janet. All right, Janet. Hello, love. Janet. Janet. No, okay. She's out of hearing, obviously. Fictional Aunt Janet's she's not got all her hearing. Bless her. Bless her. She looks lovely though. It's a nice hat, Janet. Janet. No, she can't hear me. So anyway, wish you got sprinkles on VODs. 3 million sprinkles. I don't even know what number that is, but it's a lot. Nice. Yeah. So we're going to disappear. Unknown Tactics says followed offline from Hover. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Shout out to the Hover Massive. I want to shout out to we've had a bunch of people getting involved over the last 24 hours. So Spartan Simple, Angel Light, Zexanadine, a Brown Guy, 05, Vivid Darkness, Eugene TM Gaming, Pure X Shot, Life of Pablo, COD Goddess, and Lady Moxie, all within the last day have dropped follows as well. I don't know, that could have been the tail end of Bibby's stream and into this stream as well. So appreciate that. We passed 3,000 followers last weekend, not the one gone before, not one gone, one before, and we're still going, so we appreciate that very, very much. Anyway, we are going to disappear now, but before we do, Mr. Bibb, is there anything else you would like to add?
Yes. Again, thank you very much to each and every one of you that have joined us for this episode of The Scoop. We very much appreciate it, but there is still at least two more episodes of The Scoop this week. So if you want to help shape those shows, there is two ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms. Or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. All we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and opinions. We'll then give you our thoughts and opinions on the very next show, which will be at what time? On Wednesday. But keep it in mind, Wednesday, get in your calendars, Mr. Graham Day.
I don't know. Oh, sorry, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. That's what I want. 10 a.m.-ish.
After morning.
Nice. At least two. That's it's more than two. There's four. I don't know what's happening anymore. My poor little brain. Do stick around though. We are going to drop a raid. Can I ask you all to go to a channel that you probably wouldn't usually go to today? Because there is someone that we've. I say we. I don't know. Not so much Ice Cream Uploads, but someone that I've been aware of for quite a while. There's a guy called Adam_online. He obviously we do a lot of work with Konami. It's usually PES and things like that. But a million years ago, we did some Metal Gear stuffs. Anyway, Adam Online. Look at this janky ones. What the fuck? They're out of sync as well, so it's sending my brain somewhere. So yeah, Adam Online. He plays Metal Gear Solid, and he's trying to do. Do you know those Twitch plays things where you've seen like Twitch plays Pokemon and Twitch plays whatever? He's doing Twitch plays Metal Gear, but there was a game for the PSP called Metal Gear Acid, which was a turn-taking game, so not your standard sort of Metal Gear game, which makes it something that's easier to play. Anyway, he started playing that game, but obviously with anything that Twitch plays, the more viewers the better, because then obviously the more traction it gets. Obviously, something like Metal Gear Acid, which is about 20 years old, it's hard for him to get any traction. So we're going to drop a raid on him. I would be super appreciative if we just went over and dropped in, said hello, maybe tried to help him with his controls. You don't have to stick around, obviously, especially if it's not a game that you're interested in. Do feel free to leave. But it would be nice to see someone doing something different on Twitch, getting a little bit of support. So yeah, feel free to not stick around if you don't want to, but it'd be just nice to try and help someone out. Jenkins, how are we doing, Treacle? How you doing, love? I want to join the raid for points, so yeah, I suppose.
I love the commitment.
I prefer 1 p.m. so I can watch when I've stopped playing.
It's bad fuming.
Honestly. Tasebad's fuming?
Oh yeah, he will be. If you start doing the scoop at 1 o'clock every day, it'll be like 2 o'clock in the morning for him.
Okay. I get you. I was thinking about Friday then. Raiding then, sheesh. Well, with that attitude, you're definitely going to get denied on your mod application, aren't you? God. Only cost Amaranth is on. Nice. Jenkins is always awesome. Well, that's true. Goddamn right. Okay, we're gonna drop a raid on Adam Online, so do stick around for that. From us, though, have yourselves a beautiful day. We'll see you on Wednesday, and until then, make sure you stay frosty.
Stay frosty.